It starts so quietly that you barely notice it at first. Maybe you hesitated at the bottom of the stairs this morning, not because you were tired exactly, but because your legs felt uncertain, heavy, like they needed a moment to gather themselves before taking on what used to be effortless. Or perhaps you were walking through the grocery store last week, and somewhere between the produce aisle and the checkout line, you found yourself looking for something to lean on. Not because of pain, just because your legs suddenly felt less reliable than they used to. You might have brushed it off, told yourself it was just a long day, or blamed it on getting older. And here is where we need to pause. Because while some degree of change is natural as the years pass, the kind of leg weakness that creeps into your daily life, the kind that makes you second-guess your footing or avoid certain activities, that is not simply aging. That is your body trying to tell you something important. And what it is trying to tell you often has nothing to do with your age and everything to do with hidden patterns in your daily and nightly routines that slowly, silently drain the strength from your legs. The truth is, most people who experience leg weakness have no idea why it is happening. They assume it is inevitable. They assume there is nothing to be done, and they quietly adjust their lives around it, walking less, sitting more, avoiding stairs, declining invitations that require too much standing. But this does not have to be your story. Because once you understand what is actually causing your legs to feel weak, you can begin to address it. And in many cases, the solution is far simpler than you might expect. Today, we are going to walk through 5 common causes of leg weakness in older adults. We will start with the less serious and move toward the one that is most overlooked and most impactful. The one that, if left unaddressed, can quietly steal your mobility, your confidence, and ultimately your independence. And at the end, I am going to share one simple daily habit that may help restore strength and stability to your legs naturally. It is gentle, it is safe, and it is something you can start tonight. So if you or someone you love has been struggling with legs that just do not feel as strong as they used to, please stay with me. This information could change the way you move through your days. Let us begin. Number 5, poor circulation. We start here because it is one of the most common and least understood causes of leg weakness, especially in adults over 55. Your legs are the farthest point from your heart. Every moment of every day, your circulatory system is working to pump blood down to your feet and then push it all the way back up again. This is no small task, and as the years go by, this process can become less efficient for a variety of reasons. When blood flow to your legs is reduced, your muscles receive less oxygen and fewer nutrients. They also struggle to clear away waste products that build up during normal activity. The result is a gradual decline in muscle function. Your legs may feel heavy, tired, or weak, especially after standing or walking for even short periods. What makes poor circulation so tricky is that it rarely announces itself with dramatic symptoms. There is no sudden pain or obvious injury. Instead, it develops slowly. You might notice that your feet are often cold, or that your legs feel achy or restless at night. You might see subtle changes in skin color or texture, or you might simply feel like your legs give out sooner than they should. Many people dismiss these signs as normal aging, but they are often early warnings that blood is not reaching your leg muscles the way it should. Certain habits can worsen this problem. Sitting for long periods, especially with your legs crossed or hanging down, makes it harder for blood to return to your heart. Smoking, even years ago, can leave lasting damage to your blood vessels. And a diet high in processed foods can contribute to buildup in your arteries over time. The good news is that circulation responds well to gentle, consistent movement. Even small changes, like standing up every hour or taking short walks throughout the day, can help keep blood flowing to your legs. We will talk more about this later. For now, just understand that if your legs feel weak and heavy, especially after periods of sitting, poor circulation may be playing a role. Number 4, muscle disuse and inactivity. This one might seem obvious, but it is far more powerful than most people realize. Your muscles operate on a simple principle: use them or lose them. When you move less, your body interprets this as a signal that you do not need as much muscle, and so it begins to quietly break down muscle tissue, redirecting those resources elsewhere. This process is called muscle atrophy, and it accelerates significantly as we age. Research suggests that adults can lose 3 to 5% of their muscle mass per decade after the age of 30, and this rate increases even more rapidly after 60. But here is what many people do not understand. The loss is not just about how much you move, it is about how you move, or more specifically, how you do not. Many older adults stay reasonably active. They walk, they garden, they keep busy around the house, but they rarely challenge their leg muscles in ways that maintain true strength. They avoid stairs. They sit down to put on shoes. They lower themselves into chairs slowly, using their arms to take the weight off their legs. These small accommodations seem harmless, but over time, they send a clear message to your body: these muscles are no longer essential. And your body listens. The muscles in your thighs, your calves, and your hips begin to weaken, not because of disease, not because of injury, simply because they are not being asked to work hard enough. This is why someone can feel active and still experience significant leg weakness. The problem is not laziness. The problem is that the activities they rely on are not demanding enough to maintain muscle strength. What makes this particularly concerning is the speed at which muscle loss can occur during periods of reduced activity. If you have ever been bedridden for a few days due to illness, you may have noticed how quickly your legs felt weaker afterward. Studies have shown that older adults can lose measurable muscle strength in as little as 1 week of reduced activity, and regaining that lost strength takes considerably longer than losing it. The solution is not extreme exercise. It is not marathon training or heavy weightlifting. It is simply finding ways to challenge your legs a little more than you currently do. We will return to this idea at the end. Number 3, nerve compression or inflammation. Now we move into territory that is a bit more complex but incredibly important. Your legs depend on a constant stream of signals from your brain. These signals travel down your spinal cord and through a network of nerves that branch out to every muscle in your lower body. When those signals flow freely, your muscles respond quickly and powerfully. But when something interferes with that communication, the result is weakness, numbness, tingling, or a combination of all three. Nerve problems in older adults often develop so gradually that they go unnoticed for months or even years. The most common source is compression, where a nerve is being pressed or pinched somewhere along its path. One of the most frequent culprits is the lower spine. As we age, the discs between our vertebrae can lose height and flexibility. The spaces where nerves exit the spine can narrow. Bone spurs can develop. All of these changes can put pressure on the nerves that control leg movement. You might not feel back pain. Many people with spinal nerve compression have no back symptoms at all. Instead, they notice weakness in one or both legs, difficulty lifting the foot while walking, a tendency to trip or stumble, a feeling that one leg is just not cooperating the way it should. Another common issue is peripheral neuropathy, where the nerves themselves become damaged or inflamed. This can result from a variety of factors, including blood sugar imbalances, certain medications, nutritional deficiencies, or chronic inflammation. We will touch on some of these shortly. The key point here is that nerve problems rarely feel like nerve problems. They feel like muscle weakness. And because the symptoms develop slowly, They are easy to dismiss as just getting older. If your leg weakness is accompanied by any unusual sensations, numbness, tingling, burning, or a feeling that your legs are not quite under your control, it is worth paying attention. Your nervous system may be trying to send you a message. Number 2, blood sugar instability. This is one of the most overlooked factors in leg weakness among older adults, and it affects far more people than you might expect. When we think about blood sugar, we tend to think about diabetes, but blood sugar instability can cause problems long before anyone receives that diagnosis. In fact, millions of adults have blood sugar patterns that are subtly abnormal, high enough to cause damage, but not high enough to trigger alarm bells on a standard test. Here is how it works. Your muscles rely on glucose for fuel. When blood sugar is stable, your muscles receive a steady supply of energy throughout the day. But when blood sugar swings up and down, as it often does in people who eat processed foods, skip meals, or have developed early insulin resistance, the delivery system becomes unreliable. High blood sugar, even in the borderline range, is particularly damaging to nerves. Over time, it causes a type of inflammation that slowly destroys the delicate nerve fibers that control sensation and movement in your legs. This is why people with uncontrolled blood sugar often develop weakness and numbness in their feet and calves first. But there is another mechanism at play. When blood sugar drops too low, as it sometimes does after eating a high-carbohydrate meal, your muscles can feel suddenly weak and shaky. You might experience a strange fatigue that hits without warning. Your legs might feel like they cannot support you. Many people experience these episodes without ever connecting them to what they ate. They blame fatigue. They blame age. They never consider that their blood sugar might be on a roller coaster throughout the day. The solution involves paying attention to how different foods affect your energy and stability. Meals that combine protein, healthy fats, and fiber-rich vegetables tend to produce much steadier blood sugar than meals built around bread, pasta, or sweets. This is not about deprivation. It is about understanding what your body needs to maintain stable energy and strong legs. Number 1, chronic inflammation. We have arrived at the most overlooked and most dangerous cause of leg weakness in older adults. And if you take nothing else from this video, please take this. Chronic inflammation is a silent process that slowly destroys your strength, your mobility, and your quality of life. It operates in the background, causing damage you cannot see or feel until the consequences become impossible to ignore. Let me explain what inflammation actually is. In small doses, inflammation is a good thing. When you cut your finger or catch a cold, your immune system sends inflammatory signals to fight off infection and repair damage. This is acute inflammation, and it is essential for survival. But chronic inflammation is different. It is a state of constant, low-grade immune activation that persists for months or years. Instead of healing your body, it slowly attacks it, breaking down tissues and interfering with normal function. And your muscles are particularly vulnerable. Chronic inflammation directly damages muscle fibers. It interferes with the signals that tell your muscles to grow and repair themselves. It promotes the breakdown of muscle protein, and it creates an environment where your muscles simply cannot maintain themselves, no matter how active you try to be. This is why some older adults experience leg weakness despite doing everything right. They walk, they eat reasonably well, they stay engaged with life, but their inflammation levels are high and their muscles are being slowly consumed from the inside. What causes chronic inflammation? The list is long, but some of the most common factors include poor sleep, chronic stress, excess body fat, especially around the midsection, a diet high in processed foods and added sugars, hidden infections or dental problems, and exposure to environmental toxins. Many of these factors are present in everyday life. They accumulate over years, and they create a toxic environment for your muscles. The consequences are severe. Chronic inflammation is strongly linked to falls in older adults. It is connected to loss of mobility, loss of independence, and ultimately to a shorter lifespan. When your legs grow weak because of inflammation, everything becomes harder. Getting up from a chair, climbing stairs, walking to the mailbox. Each task becomes a challenge, and eventually, many people stop trying. This is not inevitable. Inflammation can be reduced, but it requires attention to the hidden habits that are fueling it. And that brings us to the most important part of this video, the one simple habit that may help. After everything we have discussed, you might be wondering what you can actually do about it. And while there is no single solution that addresses every cause of leg weakness, there is one habit that touches on nearly all of them. It is gentle, it is safe, it is suitable for people of any fitness level, and you can start doing it tonight. The habit is this: a slow, intentional evening walk followed by a few minutes of gentle leg movement before bed. Let me explain why this works. First, walking improves circulation. It helps push blood back up from your legs and feet, delivering oxygen and nutrients to tired muscles. Even a 10-minute walk can make a difference. The rhythmic contraction of your calf muscles acts like a pump, helping blood return to your heart more efficiently. This is why walking is sometimes called the best medicine for tired, heavy legs. Second, walking challenges your muscles just enough to remind your body that they are needed. It sends a signal that says, "Keep these strong." Over time, this can slow or even reverse some of the muscle loss that comes with disuse. Third, walking stimulates the nerves in your legs. It keeps those communication pathways active and healthy. For people with mild nerve compression or early neuropathy, regular walking can help maintain function. Fourth, walking helps regulate blood sugar. A short walk after dinner is one of the most effective ways to prevent the blood sugar spike that often follows evening meals. This protects your nerves and provides stable energy to your muscles. And fifth, walking reduces inflammation. Consistent, moderate physical activity is one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory interventions available. It does not require intensity, it requires regularity. After your walk, spend just 2 or 3 minutes doing gentle leg movements. This could be as simple as sitting on the edge of your bed and slowly extending each leg a few times, or standing near a wall for support and gently lifting each knee toward your chest, or doing a few slow calf raises while holding onto a chair. These movements do not need to be strenuous. They just need to happen, every night, without fail. The key is consistency over intensity. Your body responds to regular signals. When you move your legs gently every single evening, you are telling your body that these muscles matter, that this strength is needed, that you are not ready to give it up. This habit takes less than 15 minutes. It can be done regardless of weather. It requires no equipment and no special training. And over weeks and months, it can make a meaningful difference in how your legs feel and perform. Let us take a moment to reflect on what we have covered. Leg weakness in older adults is common, but it is not inevitable. It is often the result of hidden factors that develop slowly over time: poor circulation, muscle disuse, nerve problems, blood sugar instability, and chronic inflammation. Each of these causes is connected to daily habits: the way you sit, the way you eat, the way you sleep, the way you move or fail to move throughout your day. And each of them can be influenced by simple changes. If your legs have been feeling weak, please do not dismiss it as just getting older. Your body is trying to communicate something important, something that deserves your attention. You do not need to overhaul your life overnight. You do not need extreme exercise or complicated interventions. You simply need to start paying attention and making small, consistent adjustments. The evening walk and gentle leg movements I described are a good place to start. They are safe for almost everyone. They require no special preparation, and they address multiple causes of leg weakness at once. Of course, if your symptoms are severe, if you are experiencing significant pain, numbness, or sudden changes in your ability to walk, please consult with a healthcare provider. Some causes of leg weakness require professional evaluation, but for many people, the path to stronger, more reliable legs begins with awareness and small daily choices. I hope this information has been helpful. If it has, I encourage you to subscribe to this channel so you do not miss future videos on topics that matter to your health and well-being. And if you know someone who has been struggling with leg weakness, someone who might benefit from understanding why it is happening and what they can do about it, please consider sharing this video with them. Sometimes the most valuable thing we can offer someone is information that helps them understand their own body. Your legs have carried you through decades of life. They have taken you to places you love and people you cherish. They deserve your attention and care. With the right habits, consistently practiced, you may be surprised at how much strength and stability can return. Not overnight, but gradually, steadily, one evening walk at a time. Thank you for watching. Take good care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video.